Hello creative, you are welcome to iBlessing Hub YouTube channel. This is iBlessing. Alright, in a few minutes I'm going to be showing you how this design was created using the PixelLab app. Now this is a social media design, is a random design gotten from Pinterest, from Design by Lumi's page. Yes, and I'd like to give a shout out to Design by Lumi for creating this design. I will be recreating it in this video right now. Without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Alright, so here is the design, and this is exactly what we are going to be creating. So the first thing we're going to be creating in this design is the background. So let's head straight to our PixelLab app to get started. And yes, this is the YD version of PixelLab. Feel free to use any version of your choice or any version you have. There is black version, blue version, pink, and so on. I'm going to be working on the background, so you can see that originally what I have on my canvas is a square shape size. So if you took note of this design, it is not in square shape size. All right, so let's go ahead to how do we know the size to use. The first thing we're going to do is to click on this icon at the top right corner of the screen, these three dots, and click on use image from gallery. So yes, this is the design. You realize that the size of the canvas has been adjusted from the square size to a portrait size. And yes, we're going to now then go to this fourth icon at the bottom of the screen and click on this, and then click on color. I want to choose a solid color for this, right? We're going to choose a solid color for this. So let's choose a color. Although I already chose it, I already did the design, so let's just choose color from the design we are replicating. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to click on I'm going to click on this plus icon, then click on this color picker, and then pick color from this part. You can either click using this place, because this place has the light version, this also has the light version. So let's click the center. All right, so you click, you check mark it. So but I want it to be much more lighter, yeah, much more deeper, I mean. So okay, and yes, we are good to go. So let me bring in the design again, so that because the design I exported was brought into the canvas as a background, and now we've cleared it up, and then we only have a plain blue background, as you can see. So let's import the design into this particular canvas. So click on import. Alright, so it's already imported. So the next thing I'm going to do is to increase the size of the design. Click on relative size and increase to 100%, both width and height, then check mark it. Then with this being done, click on the layer option and lock it. Click. After that's done, let's check out the design again. You realize that there are some kind of a grainy feelings on the background, especially from the right part. This part, you see some kind of small grain. So it's not really a grain, it's a texture, the texture background. You can go ahead, go on Pinterest, go on FreePic, on PNG Wing, or any of those sites to download any one of your choice. You just search for concrete wall texture background, okay. So but the one I'm going to be using is already downloaded, and I will place the link to download it at the description of this video, so do well to check it out and use. All right, so let me bring in, so there's what I'm going to be using. I'll make it portrait, hide this so that I can see it better. Then with this being done, let's reduce the opacity of this. Okay, your background does not have to be that loud, you should just communicate in a subtle manner. So once that is done, let's lock it. I'll bring my replicating design or my model design to the top again. Now check it out again. You realize that the grain is only on some parts. This part not really on this part, so let's do some adjustments to that. So I've hidden the layer again. So what I'm going to do now is to get in a shape, go to shapes and spread across. Okay, spread across. Although I already did it, like I said before, you can see all this here. So what I'm going to do next is to click on the plus icon, then bring like this so that this place will be transparent, this part will be transparent. Click on this first lighter version or lighter part and click on the color bucket, then move this slider down to transparent aspect, then click on OK. Now this also, click on the color bucket and then click on the color picker at the top, then choose from the color you are currently using, which is this deep blue, then click on check mark, take it down a bit, OK, then click on OK. All right, so with this being done, I'm going to reduce the opacity a bit so that it doesn't have to like cover everything entirely, and let's do a little bit of adjustment to it. Alright, so that's that about that. Now I'm not going to be doing much about, because I'm still going to export this design to Adobe Lightroom, and the texture is going to come out much more after my design, so I wouldn't want to start making my texture visible from here. So let me make it more even. Let me increase the opacity of the shape so that it covers the texture very well, to still come out like I said on Adobe Lightroom. So with that being done, let's bring in our model design to the top again and check it out now. All right, let's work it out so that it can be properly aligned. So let's put this, I'll put this to this part, and then I'll put this here. So it's perfect now. All right, so let's start with writing the text. First word there I'll be writing is September. Okay, so the font to use is Bricolage Grotesque font. So we'll go straight to fonts to change this default font to what we have. So I have it downloaded. I'll also be sending the link to get this at the description of this video. So I use this extra bold version. Alright, so now let's spread the size to something that fits. Now you can see that the E is touching the ladies, which ought not to be so. So I'm going to reduce the spacing of the fonts to something like around this. Okay, good, -6. Then line spacing as well will be worked on, which is alright, so that it looks like what we are looking for. Perfect. Alright, so lock. Then the next thing to do is, but if you notice, some part of the S is cut out, so let's work on the padding. So let's give it a little bit padding, 1 2. Also let's give it anything for padding. Anything you do to left, you must do it to right as well. 1 2, although it's the left that needs it. So once that's done, let's do the next thing, which is what welcome to. So let's get the text again. Go to Poppins, fonts. Let me make use of Poppins medium. I'm still going to reduce the size. Remember, we're trying to replicate exactness or achieve exactness. Okay, let me make it a little bit lighter. So I'll make use of Poppins regular. Now work on the spacing. Work on the size again. So you can see. Perfect. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is to work make the write-ups work bold. This particular write-up here, work bold, read wide, and stay fresh write-up. Alright, so click on text. Good. So here is it. Then the font used is Poppins. So take note, the only font used in this design is Poppins and Bricolage Grotesque. So but if you notice the last part, which is let's make September unforgettable, was done with the Poppins bold. Right, Poppins bold, while others are the regular version of Poppins. So let's reduce the size to something small. Okay, so work bold. So it's not yet exact, so let's work on the line spacing. This is okay. Let's work on the spacing as well. -1. Take note of your grid line. Make sure it's always on the grid. You can see it's perfectly on the grid. Now the next thing we're going to do is let's copy this particular write-up. Copy, and then write the most active WhatsApp community in Africa. Let's work on the line spacing, or the spacing of this text, the most active WhatsApp community. Let's work on the line spacing. Alright, so the spacing is 18. Great. Alright, so check mark it and make sure it's at the center. Perfectly at the center. Good. So now lock, and then bring this model design to the front. So the next thing we're going to do also is to work on the fresh update TV, blah blah blah. So click on text again. Make sure that nothing is selected so that you can be able to see this text icon. This one I'm clicking on, but at the bottom here. So click on text and then write your fresh update. So what I'm using is YG Entertain TV. YG Entertain TV. So let's do this. Reduce the size, something very small. So let's change the fonts to POPPINS regular. POPPINS regular. That's the tiniest version of the POPPINS family. So let's reduce it much more. So you can see that it is perfectly the same size as what we are working with. Alright, so but at this point you can see that we have the Instagram, the Facebook, WhatsApp and Telegram icons. So we're going to be putting it here, and then we're going to be writing. I have a social media icon font, so that's what I'm going to be using. So the font for my Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp and Telegram is QELCL brackets, yes, 1 2. Leave enough space, right? So once that's done, you go to your fonts and select just these abbreviations or these symbols. Click on recent, click on fonts and click on social media. So you can see Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp and Telegram selected or done. So that's that about that. The next thing we're going to do is let's move. And so here we've not brought the lady's image. One thing you can do is to at least achieve 98% of exactness. If you can't find the lady's image, you can always generate one, because this is actually an AI image, AI generated image, so you might not find it online. So but there's subtle way you can actually do it or go by it. You can make use of Rev to get it. You can also make use of I will drop the link to this at the description of this video, and you can also make use of Gemini to just upload the design and ask it to give you the image in the design. Let's get the lady's image now, because that's one of the things have not been inputted. So I can decide to use this one, or I just use this one, but just for tutorial sake, using this, I don't want to spend much time to remove background and so on. So let me just so what I'm going to do is to increase the relative sizing and give it a good proper positioning. So I'm going to making both of the images to be at the description of the video, so you can download it and use it. Okay, all right. Okay, so this is it. Let's check it out. All right, so it's looking like what we want. So bring this to the top again. So let's see. Now the next thing I'm going to be creating is this particular stuff here. So I'm going to be making use of the Bezier tool. So bezier tool. So I'll click on this second part where you used to move, use for movement. All right, so this is, click on this and then move this also, and then move this, move this also, move. Reduce the stroke width, but let's reduce to like 1. Click on this first bezier mode here. The next thing is I'm going to connect the 2 points together, so they are connected. Now go back to this particular part and then make sure it's dragged down like this. I just dragged it down. So reduce totally the stroke width and give it an increased opacity. All right, so now let's choose a color. Go to color and click on the plus icon here, click on the color picker, and let's choose the original color from the design. Let's be sure, okay, the stroke width should be at 0. Then click on the check mark. There are many ways to achieve this effect, this realistic, this particular effect. All right, this lightning effect, and there are many ways to achieve it. So but for this particular version of PixelLab, there is a better way to achieve it. For other versions, you can make use of the inner shadow and changing the color of the inner shadow to something lighter. I know, remember the design, the color of the shape is this first blue shape, this deep one. We're going to make use of something lighter for the inner shadow, and it will work. This particular version of PixelLab will not work, so that's why I'll be making use of this particular method, which is to copy and then give it a different color. So go to color and click on the plus icon, click on the color picker, click on this and click on this lightning here, and click on check mark, click on OK. So click on check mark again. Let's make sure it's at the extreme end. So the next thing I'm going to do is to I'll go to the eraser tool and then I'll start brushing through. So I love to give it this line in here. I like to brush with this line here. So for the sake of tutorial, so we're going to be managing this, we're going to be working with this. All right, so take this to the top. Let's check it out. So that's done. The next thing we're going to do is to work on the shape at the top and underneath. I'm going to click on shapes and click on circle. Then I'll choose both the light and the deep gradient. Okay, click on gradient, click on plus icon, and take note by working with something like this. And the deep parts, click on the deep parts, then click on the color bucket, color picker, and then choose the deep, this depth here. That's the same thing that says click on it. It even be more deep, much more deeper. Then click on OK. Then also click on the light part, click on the color bucket, click on the color picker, and choose the light part. Alright, good. Then click on OK. So let's take it down to its size. If you take note, you see that the black part is very dark in the design I'm modeling. So let's make it much more darker. Good. So then we're going to copy this and bring it here. So we're going to enlarge it to the size of this. So as we're enlarging it, you're going to go down and increase the blur radius, then increase stroke width. Then we're going to click on gradient, click on this, this same this thing, click on it, then click on reduce the blur radius, something like this. But if you take note, it's so blended to the background, so that's not what we want. We want it to be a little bit different from the background, and click on OK. So for this, I'd love to use the shape, the shadow, but it doesn't. Shadow in this particular thing doesn't really work that much. So we're going to tweak just to differentiating the shape or the ball from the background. And I think that's achieved a bit. When it is disabled, you see how blending is so blending to the background, and that's not what we want. But here you can see a little bit of contrast, okay, so that's done. So we're going to take this is at the top, right? This should be at the back of the lady's image, like this. So now you can see right here how it is. So now let's check it out. So one thing also you have to take notice is that the ball underneath has a shape that make it look realistic. Alright, so we're going to achieve that right now. So click on stickers and click on immediately you click on layers, then click on this part, this edit part, and then copy. Alright, so you select the both elements and take them to the center, then let's merge them. So merge them, you can see they are merged. Then give it a color, a black or a dark color. Let's take it out. Let's take it off from the dark blue color. Alright, so let's take this to this place. Let's take this to the back of the circle. But there's something that you need to take note of. Let's check the original design. You realize that the way the ball is placed, the way it is placed, it looks as though it's a little bit distant from the leg of the lady. So let's achieve that. So we're going to take this, we're going to select both this and this, then take it a little bit up. So it is a little bit distant from the lady's leg. Let me reduce the size of this shape. We're trying to make it realistic, so you need to be positioning of your shadow and so on needs to be really making sense. One part of the shadow is coming up here, so I'm going to be cleaning it, erasing it with the eraser tool. So we go to eraser and then brush through. Alright, so it's no more. So that's that about that. So the next thing we're going to achieve is the YG Entertain logo. So I'm going to get it for my my gallery. Alright, there are two variations of the logos, the blurred one and one that's not blurred. So I'm going to click on the import twice so that I can import two images. And if you want to import 3 images, you can click on the import option 3 times. So 1, 2. So this first one that is not blurry, let me remove the white background, erase color, increase the tolerance. Color is white. So I'm going to remove the going to remove this entertainment from the stuff. This blurred one also, I'm going to crop out the name part from it. So this part, I'm going to take it below the shape, the lady's leg. I'll take it below the lady's leg. Alright, so then click on it again. Alright, so for realistic purpose as well. So if you notice the original design, there's something that makes it even much more realistic, which is the fact that a shadow was placed at the back of the lady's leg. Alright, so that's what we're going to do now. So just go to your draw tool, click on this dark part, then click increase smoothness and increase blur radius, then zoom in well. Let's go back. Increase blur radius much more. So we're going to take this to the back of the lady's image. Alright, so you can see how I brought out this realistic look to the lady's feet right there. So that's that about that. So lock it, and then alright, so one other thing to take note is that the back of this lady's image, the side of the lady's image is very much lighter than the other parts. So we're going to click on stickers. If you don't have sticker, you can create this particular sticker using shapes. You reduce your opacity and increase your blur radius. So let's merge the both of them. Merge the both of them, then bring it around there. Now change the color to a light blue. You can choose it from your design. Choose it from your design. Something light, okay. Then copy again. Just a bit. So let's lock it. Then let's make this color of this thing to be much darker so that the light part can show well. So let's make it much darker. And then this part as well. This go to color. Make it much darker. You can see. Basically, that's the two. So let's click on this particular. No, not this. This part. Let's reduce the opacity of this particular lightning. Then you save as image to your gallery. So let's quickly export it to Lightroom so that we can get so you can enhance the design even in a much better way. App. So click on photos on device, PixelLab. Click on it. Edit. Click on details, increase sharpening. You can see the difference. Increase texture. You can see that the image texture of the concrete wall is coming out much better. Then go to color, go to the grading. Just work with these sliders as you want. You can see the design how much better this was. This is previously and this is after. Before, this is before and this is after. Alright, so you can then export to your gallery, save to your device. Alright, so this brings us to the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like the video so that YouTube can suggest it to much more people. Drop your thoughts at the comment section, share to your friends so they can watch and also learn from the video. See you in the next video. Goodbye for now.